Hey there, Green Meadows families and friends, and welcome back to Zooming In on Green Meadows. This week, our special guest is Mrs. Pritchett. Let's learn more about her after the break. Good morning, Miss Pritchett. How are you today?
Good morning. I'm doing great this morning.
Well, we're glad to have you. Not very many people want to do these in the morning. I'm usually here after school, but I knew that I could count on you to be one that would be here in the morning. I didn't even offer you afternoons, so
No, that's good. That works for me best.
I think the only thing I am doing is cutting into your lap walking this morning. So if
Well,
we'll get this done in a relatively short manner, and you'll still have some time to get your laps in.
that's all right. I work out on Thursday nights, so I'm
Oh,
okay.
okay. All right, we're good there. All right. Well, the way this works is we have a question about Green Meadows, and then we've got 5 questions, I think, random ones that you have no idea what they're about. And hopefully we get some fun answers from you. So if you're ready, would you like to go ahead and get started?
Let's do this.
All right. The first question is just simple. Could you tell us a little bit about what your job is here at Green Meadows?
Yeah, I am a fourth grade teacher at Green Meadows. This is my 9th year at Green Meadows, which seems crazy to me.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
it has. Daniel was a fourth grader. He's a senior now.
Shoo. Gonna have a college kid pretty soon.
That's right.
All right. Well, 4th grade. That is one of the jobs that I haven't worked this year, but I think I've helped you out during pack time. So, I'll include
Absolutely.
myself on the team.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we have some fun questions. Sometimes my tag kids help me pick these out, but these are just on my own. So I had to skip a day of tag this week. The first one involves food.
Okay.
What is your favorite food that is a complete pain to actually eat? Mrs. Pritchett met her spouse in college, and we all know she is a diehard fan of Purdue. But when she is rooting for Green Meadows sports, she can pick up some gear from our BSN sports store linked in the description below.
Pain to actually eat.
Mhm.
Lobster and crab legs, because I like to break everything all the way apart. And when I do like a full lobster,
Mhm.
and getting into everything is a pain to eat, but it's delicious.
It is delicious, but yeah, I could see if you're breaking the whole thing apart, it's probably cold by the time you get to actually eat
It's
it.
pretty close. Yeah.
Hopefully that butter is a little bit warm. You dip it
Yeah.
in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to think maybe that also sushi. Sometimes, if you actually try and eat it with the chopsticks and you're not very dexterous with your fingers,
That,
that can be a pain to eat, but it's so worth
yeah.
it. So,
Is it? Because that's
oh
something
yeah,
I've never tried.
oh sushi's fantastic. You'll
Okay.
have to give it a go.
I don't know. Okay.
Okay, this one's totally switching gears.
Okay.
If you could live in any time period, which period would you pick and why?
Oh, wow. Time period. Gosh. That is hard because there are events that I would love to be able to see at different times, but I don't know that I would
Hmm.
want to like stay there the whole time. Um, so probably, and this sounds really crazy, I would probably go back to the 80s when I was actually in high school, but just it was all before 9/11, before it was a much more innocent time and people
Yeah,
just
I hear
got
you.
along better, I
Yeah.
guess. So guess that would be
The
it.
80s. Okay, straight back to big hair. Got it.
Exactly. Yep.
I have a
Totally
hard
rock
time
that.
with that question too. Sometimes I'm like, I'd like to go back to the Industrial Revolution, or I'd like to go back to the 60s, or
Yeah,
that is a really hard question.
it
So
is.
good answer and good reason. Okay, so you could have an all expense paid trip to visit any world monument. Which
Oh,
world monument would you choose to visit?
oh, that's an easy one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is. It totally is because it's been on my bucket list and I know it will never happen, but I would totally go to Egypt to see the pyramids.
Oh, yeah, that would be cool.
Something I've always
Make a
wanted
little
to
trip
do.
to Giza, right?
Yeah.
That would be awesome. Have you seen the pictures of the pyramids where they turn around and face the opposite direction and it's like right next to the city?
Not no, I need to look that up.
Oh yeah. If you
Wow.
look the one direction at the pyramids, they look like they're in the middle of the
Right.
nowhere. But
Yeah.
if you turn the camera 180 degrees, literally the city is like right next to them.
Okay.
So
It's
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 not as
someplace
far
my
out
grandparents
there
visited.
as you would think. But yeah.
Okay.
I think Sydney Opera House would maybe be mine.
Oh, yeah, that would be,
Australia is a bucket list destination, so I think that one would be cool to see.
yeah, definitely.
What outdoor activity have you never tried but are very interested in taking an attempt at?
Oh, wow. See, and that one's really hard because I play golf and I love it. And when I was growing up, I did softball, I did tennis, I did all those
Mm-hmm.
things as a kid. Outdoor sport,
It doesn't have to be a sport, any outdoor activity.
outdoor activity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh.
Mrs. Pritchett has worked for many different school districts. Can you imagine how many subscribers we would have if all her former students clicked that little red button? Subscribe below and like or share the video while you're at it.
I suppose, and I would surprise my husband because I swear I'll never do it with him, but I suppose to actually go camping for a length of time, I wouldn't mind doing. I just never tell him that because I really don't want to be that uncomfortable. But
Now it's on video, so
I know
when he watches
now,
this,
now I'm in
it
trouble.
sounds like he might have to go. I think mine would be just a simple kayaking. My mom actually goes kayaking all the
My
time,
gosh.
but I've never gone, and
Yeah.
just relax on the river or the lake and have a good time. I think that
Yeah.
sounds pretty fun.
Yeah.
Okay. If you were given 1,000 acres of land, but you couldn't sell it, what would you do with it?
Oh, wow. 1,000 acres. First of all, my brain has to think about how big an acre is to figure out
Pretty
how big
large.
that. I can say that's a pretty large space.
Yeah, an acre's about the size of a football field, I've been
Okay.
told. So
Okay. That's let's see. What would I do with it? Probably some sort of outdoor activity area for people, kids to come, because so many are so connected inside and want to be on technology.
mhm,
Something for an area where kids can come outside and do stuff outside. Again, going back
that'd
to
be
the
cool.
kind of 80s and
Uh-huh.
whatever, just we get a chance to be out and be active.
Yeah, so like divide it up into some areas, have different activities.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome. The Mrs. Pritchett outdoor extravaganza.
something. There we go. I like that. I like
Yeah,
that.
very cool. Oh, switched to my wrong screen. I think, oh no, I've got one more. I
Okay.
lied.
Okay.
Um,
Thought I was done. All
excuse
right.
me. Do you know what a heads-up display is in a car?
I don't think so.
Okay, so in some vehicles, when you look out the windshield, it shows the like
Oh,
speedometer and
okay.
your mileage on the
Got,
windshield, so you don't have to look down.
got
But this one's a little bit different.
okay.
It involves a heads-up display though. So if
Okay.
you could have a heads-up display that showed you three characteristics of the people when you walked up to them,
Ooh.
what three characteristics would you want it to show you on that display? I think
I
this one's a kind of a hard question.
so I can think of one. Honesty would be
Okay.
one right away.
Like a meter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, oh wow. Honest. Open to new ideas.
Okay.
Let me see a third one. Honesty, open to new ideas. See, to me, if I have those two, I can work with anything. So a third one's hard to come up with. Wow. Um, I have no idea on the third one.
I would honestly probably just throw in age, that
Oh,
that is a characteristic of a person, and you're always afraid to ask people like, how old are you really? But
yeah.
then if it
Well,
just pops up on the screen, then
and
you're not going to offend anybody.
that's a question that doesn't bother me. I just tell them to do the math. I tell them when
Yeah.
they're on board,
Yeah,
you can figure it out. That's fine. Age is just a number. When you get to a point, age is just a number. Doesn't matter.
exactly. All right. Well, that is all of our random questions. You did a great job. Before we go, is there anything that you'd like to say to our friends or family or students or community members that could be watching?
Absolutely. First of all, after now 36 years in education, this is Green Meadows and Community Schools of Frankfort is the best place I have ever worked. And I don't take that lightly with as many buildings and corporations that I've worked in.
Yeah, we've learned a lot about that during your clues this week.
Yeah. So it is a family, and to our parents and our community, I would say walk through our doors, come in, see what we're about. Don't listen to what the news and the legislators and the whoever else thinks they know education come in, talk to our teachers, work with our kids, and find out what we're doing because it's
Yeah,
awesome.
it is awesome. Well, that's a great answer or a great way to end us. So, thank you for taking the time out this morning and meeting with us. And we are looking forward to who we will have next week.
Absolutely. Thank you.